Alright guys, so today I'm going to be talking a little bit about insecurities. This is a big thing for a lot of people. Of course, everyone has their own struggles, their own insecurities. And I'm going to be spitting some facts about the nature of insecurities in modern day society and how to realize that they're not actually as important as you think they are. So, everyone is insecure about something, but the thing that you absolutely have to realize is that nobody's perfect, and the fact that everyone's insecure about something means that they're probably not focusing on your insecurities because they're too focused on their own. So, knowing this, you can actually just go ahead and game the system, because think about it. If everyone's worried about their own insecurities, but you know this and decide not to worry about yours as much, then you will actually be at an advantage compared to most people, because most people are paralyzed by fear of being ostracized or being made fun of, and therefore don't do the thing that they want to do. And I'm speaking from personal experience. Action is always better than stagnation. So if you're thinking about doing something, just go ahead and do it, because there's literally no reason not to. No one's gonna judge you for it, and if they are judging you for it, that's probably a them problem, and they probably need to get a life, straight up. If someone is really that focused on your problems and your insecurities, they need to get a life. It's that simple. And their opinion probably isn't valid, because they're probably so insecure about their own things that they're projecting it onto others as a coping mechanism. But usually, no one really minds your insecurities because they're so focused on their own. Now, it's easier said than done that you shouldn't worry about your insecurities, obviously. I find even myself going through the motions and sometimes getting caught off guard and worrying about things that really don't matter, like appearances, stuff like that. Just nonsense that everyone really worries about, but honestly does not matter, like I said. And a good way to actually combat insecurities, and I figured this out a couple months back, and I've been doing this for a little bit now. Basically what I do is I open up my phone, I go onto a blank notepad, and I just write down my thoughts. And when I write them down and put them on paper, it often seems that they lose their power over me in a way. Because I'm aware of them, I'm looking straight at them, and the thoughts are forced to cease to exist in a way. And obviously, thoughts never completely go away, but in acknowledging them rather than pushing them to the back of your mind, you are giving them space to breathe, and you are shining a light on them to really analyze the root cause of that thought that you have and trace back to the origin of that thought, which really helps, at least for me, understand myself a lot better. And yeah, so if everyone started doing this practice and journaling their thoughts and journaling their insecurities, I think everyone would be less focused on their own insecurities and more focused on what they actually have to do, because all insecurities really are a deterrent for you not to do what you need to do, and they stem from a lack of confidence, obviously. With confidence, you will have less insecurities, and the goal is to be so above your insecurities that anyone can say anything at any time and you will never be affected by it. That's what we should all strive for. I know I'm not there yet. I can be affected by someone's words. You probably can too, but this is a skill. It's just like any other skill. It needs to be honed. It needs to be sharpened through journaling, through meditation, through self-introspection and thinking. You have to think. You can't just grind without any contemplation. There'll be no mental progress in that case. Not just mental progress, but there won't be any emotional progress. You won't progress as an emotional being if you never focus on your emotions. That's pretty much common sense. And yeah, so definitely journal your thoughts and always remember that you really don't need to worry about your insecurities because no one honestly cares. And every time that I make light of one of my insecurities to those around me, this is another thing. If you acknowledge your insecurity out loud to those around you, unless they're an asshole, and if they actually had your back, they will probably just acknowledge it and it will go away because the elephant in the room is gone. Now, this doesn't mean that you should go up to all your friends right now and say everything that's bothering you, just flat out drop it on them. But if there really is a specific situation that is giving you grief, talk to those around you. Talk to the people around you and they'll probably back you up. Otherwise, if they don't back you up and if they crap on you for it and they put you down, then remember, they're probably insecure and they're probably not someone to put too much of your stock into and not put too much faith into. So, but yeah, if you have good friends, you can probably confide in them. And if you have a healthy family dynamic between your parents and your siblings, you can also confide in them. But the most important thing is to really confide in yourself and analyze yourself through, as I said before, journaling and such, and building yourself up mentally, emotionally, and also physically. If you build yourself up physically, you will be less insecure because you will naturally be more strong and want to persevere in a more efficient way. So yeah, guys, I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point, but I think you guys get the overall gist of it. And yeah, so as usual, lots of videos on the way. I came up with some ideas just this morning that I'm really excited to bring to you guys. Maybe some workout routines, some other ideas, and you guys are really gonna like it, I'm sure. So thank you guys for the continued support, and I'll see you soon.